Well, y'all know what time it is when you hear this, right? It's safe to say we back. Hell, the MLB is back, baby. You know what time it is. Big shit popping over here. Yo, what's really good, everyone? It's your boy Debo with Debo's Picks. I want to offer up my plays for today's opening day MLB slate. So let's get it popping. Now, as I continue to talk, each of the plays that I gave out on the Discord will come up on the screen. Now, if you haven't joined the Discord yet, I will drop the link down in the comment section of this video. It is free. Now, like I mentioned on the Discord, my hitter prop of the day is going to be Vlad Guerrero going over either his total bases of 1.5 or his fantasy score. Now, his fantasy score last night when I posted was a 6.5. This morning bumped up to 7.5. So they are on our asses. But I still like a 7.5. If you want to fade, his total bases is plus money. So honestly, I would roll with his total bases right now over his fantasy score. That's just me. Only because you're getting his total bases at plus money. And if his fantasy score, if you think about it, if his fantasy score got moved from 6.5 to 7.5, you know how many points each hit gives you? You know what I'm saying? A single is 3 points, right? But that's one base right out the gate. If he's getting bumped up to 7.5 on his fantasy score, he's got to get at least 2 total bases, son. So 1.5 plus money, there is the value right there. So if I had a choice, I would take his total bases over 1.5 over his fantasy score because of the plus money on his hitter prop. I'm not sure right now as I'm doing this video if they leveled it out to where it's just a straight up like, higher lower, or if they devalued it. I'm not sure yet. But last time I checked, which is about an hour ago, his total bases is at plus money to go over 1.5. Take it, because you're getting that extra bread by, in comparison to taking his fantasy score. Even though I like both, I would prefer his total bases just because of the plus money. Anyways, let's move along. So now my other hitter prop that I did not mention but is on this slip, as you can see, is Trey Turner. Now, Trey Turner, I don't know if y'all know a little history. He came up with the Nationals. He loves playing against his former team. And he's got really good numbers against Mackenzie Gore, who's the starting pitcher for the Nationals going today. Playing his back in his old ballpark. Now, I only took him to get 1 hit on Fanduel. If y'all want to take his total bases at 1.5, by all means. If y'all want to take his fantasy score, you can go for that too. Now, the reason why I would actually side with his fantasy score more than his total hits is because, or total bases, I should say, is because he actually like does more than just hitting. Like he'll steal bases, you know what I'm saying? He'll walk. So there's more, he gets points in other ways than just hitting, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still good with his total bases as well. So if you want to take that, you can do it. But if you're taking his total bases at 1.5 to go over, he needs to get 2 hits, which is 2 singles. That's 2 bases. Or he needs to get a double. Again, you can't. I like them both. I would just favor his fantasy score because he does get stolen bases. Yeah, I would take Trey Turner's fantasy score. But for me on FanDuel, they do not have fantasy scores now. If y'all don't recall, UD, in other words, Underdog, is not available in New York anymore. So not only did Prizepicks bounce about a year and a half ago, now you got Underdog bouncing on me about 2 weeks ago. So now I can't offer any pick'ems, as far as player props are concerned. I have to navigate through FD or DraftKings. So it really sucks for me, but doesn't mean that I can't offer my player props for Underdog because I still have access to it. I just can't place the damn bets. So I will share, like I did on the Discord, the player props on Underdog that I like, where you have fantasy scores, strikeout props, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So I will still try to pump those out for y'all, even though I can't place the bets. I think that's only fair. Why shouldn't I still deliver those picks, even though I can't do them? You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm not gonna do y'all like that. But like I said, the pitcher props, we just went over the hitter ones. And by the way, it's funny is that y'all, if y'all know me, y'all been riding me for the past 3 years now. It's crazy. That has been this long. I don't like to fuck with hitter props. I don't, unless I really, really like it. Or normally I would give it out to just the community. I may not necessarily place the bet, you know what I'm saying? But I'll give it out because I know me, I like to dabble in that. But this for today, I'm definitely rolling with them, with Vlad and Trey Turner. But anyway, like I said, moving along, let's talk about the pitchers. Now, the pitchers, like I said, Fanduel, y'all probably wondering why you don't have UC Kikuchi, or like we used to call him Kikuchi Mang. Burr, you know what I'm saying? Why I don't have him on the Fanduel slip? I like his fantasy score. That's why. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I could take of his would be his strikeout prop, but the alternate strikeout props, they're just not favoring me. The lines are too juiced to go over. So, for me to take that, to me, the risk reward is not worth it unless I take him at 6 strikeouts. So he's not on my main FanDuel slip, if you will. I did mention in Discord that I will be putting out like a longer list of parlays via FanDuel, where I'll add maybe Kikuchi's K's and some other players that I like that are on the player props for the Underdog, what I gave out on Underdog. So Logan Gilbert is my pitcher of the day. So let's just get that out of the way. Whether you want to take his fantasy score at 30, was it 37 and a half? You want to take his strikeout prop at 6.5, which is juice on Underdog to go over. I'm not saying I don't like it. I could see him finishing with 6 and hooking. You know what I'm saying? But I could see him also going over. So I like his fantasy score. I think that's the safest play because he'll get the 6 Ks. He'll go 6 innings right out the gate. Right there, that's 36 on his fantasy score. Quality start is what, another 4 or 5, depending on what platform you're using. That puts him over. And if he gives up a run, that still puts him over. So a run is minus 3 points. So, you got him finishing, give or take, around 40, 41. You know what I'm saying? Whether he gives up a run or not. I don't see him going past 6 innings because his opening is the first game of the regular season. So I don't think they're going to push him hard. And I don't think they're really going to need to against the Oakland Athletics. They're still a bad team. One of the worst, if not the worst, in the MLB. So this one's a pretty easy pickings. You know what I'm saying? Don't really take a rocket scientist to determine that this is the guy to ride with for today. The other guy I like is Sandy Alcantara. Now, with Alcantara, the thing I like about him, first off, his matchup against Pittsburgh is 1. Secondly, his strikeout props is low out the gate at 4.5. I took it at 5 plus on FanDuel. I mentioned in Discord, I'm good with taking it at 5.5 to go over to finish at 6. You know what I'm saying? It's plus money from my recollection. I'm not sure they moved that, but he's at 4.5 right now. If you get him at 5.5, it's plus money to get 6. I took him at 5 at FanDuel. I'm just playing it safe. I may do another parlay where I take him at 6 to get that plus money too. You know what I'm saying? But I like Sandy Alcantara to go over 4.5 to get 5. So if you want to play safe, take 4.5. If you want to try to add a little extra bread on top of that, plus money, take it over 5.5 to get 6. I I don't see why he couldn't get 6, but if you, like I said, safe 5 would be the safe play. Um, my other pitcher, the guy he's going up against, Paul Skeens. I like his fan score going over 37.5. I took his strikeout prop at Fanduel at 6. You could take it at 7. If y'all remember last year, he's pretty much like another Spencer Strider. The dude, he can mow dudes down. He's got that. He's got that. So going up against Miami, they're another team that's they're not going anywhere. I love Paul Skeens. The only thing I'm concerned about with Paul Skeens, can he get past 5 innings? Are they gonna let him go to finish 6 to get that quality? You know what I'm saying? The Pittsburgh Pirates, as far as the offense is concerned, they're not gonna blow you out the water, but they're solid. They should win the game. They are favored to win the game if you're looking at the money line for them. So Paul Skeens get 37.5 to go over his fan score is definitely easily attainable against the Marlins. So give me Paul Skeens over 37.5 fan score. If you want to take a strikeout prop, I think it's at 6.5. It's juiced to go over, so the prop is devalued on UD. It's also devalued on it's all across platforms. So fan score, if you want to get that full payout, I would take his fan score to go over 37.5. His pitching outs, I would kind of concerns me a little bit. I don't know what his pitch count is going to be. I fan score to me would be the way to go. The other pitchers that I like I mentioned, UC Kikuchi going over his fan score. Now, like I said, I didn't take him on FanDuel. I will probably when I do my lengthier parlays, but him going against the White Sox, another team that pretty much sold off their best pitcher. They really didn't do jack to move the needle in the offseason. So they're going to be in the basement this year again. And Yusi Kikuchi right now was brought to Anaheim to be the ace, essentially. And the thing with him is that when he's on, the dude is lights out. And if he's off, it's obviously the complete opposite. And then you have games where he's good through 5 and then he starts to fall apart. But against the White Sox, I don't see that happening. He's going to be the opening day star, like I mentioned, so he's going to be the ace. Give me him going over his fan score 35.5. I don't know how I feel about a strikeout prop. Is juice to go over 6.5. But then if you look at the lines on other platforms, it's kind of even money. Maybe some of them have him going favored to go under 6.5 strikeouts. So that's why I'm going to take his fan score. Maybe he gets 5 Ks. Maybe he gets 6. You know what I'm saying? And gets that quality dub. But he's another one. Not my favorite, but, he's like my second tier. But, these are the plays I'm rock with for now. Keep your eyes, peeled for the Discord for added plays. I am a Mets fan, so I'm kind of seeing what I can find. But, do I want to take Soto his first game? But he's going up against Framber Valdez, bro. That dude's a lefty. Soto's a lefty. And Fram is one of the best lefties in the game right now. So it's really, I don't know if I want to take him. I didn't check Soto's numbers yet against Framber. But for now, this is what I'm going to roll with. And like I said, keep your eyes peeled. Till then, best of luck. I'll see you on the next one. Let's get this bread. Peace.